Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. We've had a major announcement broken this morning. Opetaia's fight that was teased a few days ago that he would be the co-main event for Ryan Garcia versus Benn. He has finally got his opponent. And let me just tell you, it is a complete and entire fucking mess. Opetaia, September 12th at T-Mobile Arena, will be the co-main event for Ryan Garcia versus Benn, and he will be taking on the current WBC Cruiserweight Champion in Noel Mikaelian. But come fight night, he most likely will not be the WBC Cruiserweight World Champion. We're going to get into all of that because, like I said, it is a complete and entire mess. Now, if we first talk about the fight, because that's the most important part, I like the fight. There's not too many names in the Cruiserweight division. There's three names: Jai, Benavidez, and Mikaelian. Those are the three. So the fact that we get to see two of those three actually fight, that's a great thing in and itself. All right? That is a great thing in and itself. The problem is, when they step into the ring, we're going to be seeing a guy that used to be the IBF champion up against the guy that used to be the WBC champion, and it will be for the ring, and it will be for the Zuffa boxing world title, because as far as I know, that WBC belt will not be on the line. It hasn't been advertised, and we're going to go through the fact that he will be stripped of that belt, and that's probably the right place to start. Now, a few weeks ago, Noel Mikaelian was ordered by the WBC to defend his world title against David Benavidez. Well, if you've been ordered to fight somebody and you don't take that fight, you're going to get stripped. So, for me, there's really no way around it. He will be stripped come fight night, and it will just be for the ring and the Zuffa belt. But that's not where this mess sort of ends. Not only will he be stripped of this belt, but from all the statements that I've read this morning, and we're going to get into, he's going to be stripped and he's going to be sued because apparently he did sign a contract to take on David Benavidez and defend that WBC belt against the WBA and the WBO unified champion in David Benavidez. Now, we're going to start with Jose Benavidez Sr. and his statement. So all signs point to Noel Mikaelian walking away from his signed contract to fight David Benavidez in December in Phoenix, to now fight Opetaia on the Ryan Garcia versus Benn undercard. Promoter Don King has told Lance Pugmire of Boxing Scene that if Noel Mikaelian walks away from Benavidez's fight, there are grounds for a lawsuit. Boxing Scene went on to say that Benavidez also stands as the WBC light heavyweight champion. That position afforded him the opportunity to petition for a WBC cruiserweight title shot, which WBC President Mauricio Suleiman granted in May. If Mikaelian opts to fight Opetaia, the expectation is he will be stripped of the WBC belt, and Benavidez will have a chance to fight the next fighter in line, Poland's Mikkel Sislak, for a third 200-pound belt. Now, Mikaelian's promoter, Don King, told Boxing Scene, "Well, Mikaelian has signed a contract with me. I love Noel, and I hope he does the right thing." He also went on to say that Noel Mikaelian asked for $1 million for this fight, and he got $1 million. His manager, Anthony Gerges, said in a prepared statement, "My job has always been to put Noel in the best position to succeed. More than 60 days after Noel versus David Benavidez was ordered, we still haven't received a bona fide offer. Noel wasn't going to sit on the sidelines any longer. This isn't just about two champions in Noel and Opetaia. It's about protecting the integrity of the sport and making the fights the fans deserve." Now, Dan Rafael also posted this. Although promoters Samson Lukowitz and Don King made a deal for David Benavidez Noel Mikaelian's 3-belt unification fight in November, Mikaelian, I am told, did not agree, has or will sign with Zuffa, with his opponent being Opetaia, and King likely will sue. Finally, this is the final statement. This is from Noel Mikaelian. "When I step into the ring on September 12th against Opetaia in Las Vegas, I intend to defend my world championship. This is a fight I've wanted since becoming a 2-time world champion, and I'm ready to deliver. I haven't fought since December of 2025 because of circumstances out of my control. I refuse to stay inactive. Champions are meant to defend their titles, and that's exactly what I'm prepared to do." So, we have a little over a month between now and Opetaia's fight with Noel Mikaelian on September 12th. And it looks like there's a lot of things that need to be ironed out before that date. Now, the for and against for Noel Mikaelian. The for. I believe that Noel Mikaelian was trying to set this fight with Opetaia at the same time as the WBC intervened and said, no, you have to take on David Benavidez. And I believe that to be a little bit of favoritism towards David Benavidez. and that's just my personal belief. I do believe that they favored David Benavidez becoming the WBC champion than they do favor Jai Opetaia becoming the WBC champion. And there is no facts behind that. That is just my personal opinion. I believe that if, Noel Mikaelian was at that point in time trying to set up a fight with Jai Opetaia, like we have this face-off that was done months ago. I'm thinking around May, this face-off was done between Noel Mikaelian and Jai Opetaia. So there was clear plans to put this fight together. All right, fast forward, and they were closing in on a deal, and then all of a sudden, you're going to be taking on David Benavidez. And I believe that to be a little bit of favoritism by the WBC, wanting David Benavidez to become the WBC champion. Or maybe they don't want Zuffa Jai Opetaia becoming the WBC champion, which is a little bit of a mystery ground now because the WBC did grant Benn to be facing Ryan Garcia for the WBC belt as the main event. So a Zuffa fighter fighting for a WBC title. So look, there is no backbone to my statement. That is just my belief that the WBC were playing favorites for David Benavidez. Now, the against for Noel Mikaelian. You did get a mandatory fight. You are supposed to be taking on David Benavidez. That's the fight you got to take. Unfortunately, the rules are the rules, and I think if the WBC says, all right, you don't have to take your mandatory, then that's playing favoritism towards Noel Mikaelian. And I don't really care who you are. If you get a mandatory, you got to defend it or give the belt up. My problem is the WBC should be mandating more fighters to do that, and they don't. And that's a whole nother story. Now, for Noel Mikaelian, I think Noel Mikaelian will probably take this fight regardless of whether he has his belt or not. And the reason I say this is I don't think anybody believes Noel Mikaelian beats Jai Opetaia or beats David Benavidez. I don't think he beats either of them. I actually think there's a high chance he gets knocked out by both of them. I think Noel Mikaelian, 2 fights with Badu Jack, one you lost, one you won. Neither looked convincing. Badu Jack's not the greatest at the moment. He's quite old as well now. I believe Jai Opetaia and David Benavidez both beat Noel Mikaelian. But I believe Zuffa Boxing would offer Noel Mikaelian more money than what he would get for taking on David Benavidez. I also believe this isn't a Jai Opetaia is better than Benavidez or Benavidez is better than Jai. I think for Noel Mikaelian, when he looks at the 2 fights, which one suits him and his style better, I think he says, I have more chance and probably will make more money fighting Jai than I do with David Benavidez. Noel Mikaelian's quite a slow fighter, likes to, hold on as well. We saw Jai Opetaia have a few problems and went the distance with Brandon Glanton. I think Noel Mikaelian might look at that and say, stylistically, I might tend better for that fight than the speed and the activity that David Benavidez will throw up. That's not to say that David Benavidez is a better fighter than Jai or Jai is a better fighter than Benavidez. Just stylistically, I think Noel Mikaelian will look at the Jai fight and say, I feel like I might have more of a chance in this one and I'm going to make more money. I'm going to lose my belt either way, so might as well take this offer where I might not get knocked out or I might make a little bit more money. But we know Jai's got that one punch power anyway to just put you to fucking sleep. So either way, it's a hard fight. So I would just look at Noel Mikaelian and say he's probably going with the one with more money. And for me, Jai Opetaia and the way Zuffa are fighting fighters that don't deserve the type of money that they're getting, that's where the money will go. For David Benavidez, he will more than likely in the next few weeks be told that you're fighting for a vacant world title. He will beat Sislak for that vacant title and become a 3-belt champion. And then we're looking at saying, all right, David Benavidez, how do we get a fight between you and Jai Opetaia? Because although Jai Opetaia doesn't have the IBF belt, he should have the IBF belt. David Benavidez has the other 3. And you kind of now look at Jai and you say, your dream coming into 2026 was to become an undisputed world champion. I believe that would still be his dream. But he's now going to be looking at, a division where he's no longer an IBF world champion. And David Benavidez, a guy who's only had 1 fight in this division, is looking at getting his 3rd belt. He's looking at getting his 3rd belt with an IBF vacant. So, yeah, this Zuffa deal looks messier and messier as we go. Every time we now see Jai fight, there's always a big dispute about what's going on. And whenever Zuffa fights are going on, like the first time we saw Jai fight under Zuffa, it was, all right, for 3 weeks we were talking about, is that IBF belt on the line? Is it not? Is it not? Is it not? And then he turns out just getting stripped from it. Coming into this fight, he's now taking on the WBC champion. And unfortunately, He can knock out the WBC champion and not become a WBC champion. That's unfortunately the situation that Jai has put himself in. And look, I have no idea what made him want to sign with Zuffa Boxing. Only he knows that. But it looks weird. It is a mess and a half. For Noel Mikaelian, look, buddy, I believe you lose both fights. If you want to go out on your shield, defending your title, then you've got to do it against David Benavidez. If you want the money, because I do believe you get more money with Zuffa, go sign with Zuffa. At the end of the day, you're going to lose this title regardless. Nobody believes Noel Mikaelian can beat Jai Opetaia nor beat David Benavidez. So you might as well take the highest offer, but, try and maybe avoid getting a fucking lawsuit. Although, it's a weird situation because normally, you say, all right, I'll just vacate my title. There's no lawsuit. But the fact that different sources here are saying that he signed a contract, you've kind of put yourself in this fucking shit position. And I'm not sure where Noel Mikaelian in a courtroom can actually say, all right, I'm in the right here. So it's a complete fucking mess. But we are going to be seeing Jai Opetaia versus Noel Mikaelian, which I actually think is a good fight. I do. I like it. I like the fact that we get to see two guys that should be world champions fighting. All right, they are world championship level. They are two of the top 3 cruiserweighters in the world right now. It's not a great division. All right, it's not a great division. But look, the winner of Jai versus Noel Mikaelian, whoever it might be, because, hey, Noel Mikaelian could land something from the heavens. You never know. But the winner of Jai Opetaia versus Noel Mikaelian, for me, they've got to fight David Benavidez. It has to happen next. It has to happen next. It's the fight we all want to see. And this fight for me, Jai Opetaia versus Noel Mikaelian, people won't be that invested at the end of the day because it's Noel Mikaelian. Nobody really cares that much. So for Jai Opetaia, if you can demolish Noel Mikaelian and set up this David Benavidez fight, we're talking about, one of the biggest fights in the world. It is 100% one of the biggest fights to put on right now. And it's the one we all want to see, but we're going to have to wait a little bit longer. Guys, let me know your thoughts in the comments below about this whole situation. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. I'm out of here, guys. See ya.